Man who was on death row for killing a 4-year-old little girl nearly 30 years ago has been a free man now for 5 days. We're talking about Barry Lee Jones. He was released after a federal judge overturned his 1995 conviction.
However, his release isn't sitting well with some people, including the detective who worked the case. News 4 Tucson's Lupita Murillo spoke exclusively with the retired sergeant. She has more on that conversation. Lupita.
It was here in this mobile home park behind me in 1994 where the body of little Rachel Gray was found. Retired Sergeant Sonia Pesqueira was a detective with the Pima County Sheriff's Department. She investigated the case, a case she says is one she will never forget.
She was not only murdered, she was abused, she was beaten, sexually assaulted, and she suffered a long time.
Sonia Pesqueira says Rachel Gray appeared malnourished. She was shaken when she saw the autopsy.
She had lacerations, bruises, severe laceration to her head that went through the entire scalp down to her skull.
She says the child was bleeding and that Barry tried to clean her up.
He claimed that he took her to the right next door to where they lived on the Benson Highway. There's a fire station that has medics there as well. And he claimed that he took her there and that they said, oh, she's fine.
But Pesqueira says evidence and witnesses say the child was hurting.
She went to different neighbors in that mobile home park asking for them to help her.
No one did. Pesqueira tells me she even told her sister.
Barry hit me with the shoe thing. Well, the shoe thing turned out to be the long pry bars that have a claw on the end, and then the scoops that you could get nails out and things.
Pesqueira says the little girl also told her mother, who then bathed her and placed her in bed between herself and Barry.
The very man that had done all this to her. So during the night, they didn't realize that just like an animal would do to find a place to die, a peaceful place, she made it back to her room.
So given all that, Pesqueira questions Jones' recent guilty plea of second-degree murder.
They disregarded all the sex offenses and, you know, his having care and custody. And when you abuse a child and cause death in the state of Arizona, that's first-degree murder.
Pesqueira also goes on to say,
there will be no requirement that he register as a sex offender. There will be no tracking him at all.
Now, we did get a statement from the Pima County Attorney's Office. It reads, given the state of evidence, further investigation is not warranted. The two suspects in the death of RG were Mr. Barry Lee Jones and her mother, Angela Gray. Mrs. Gray has already served her sentence of 8 years and 9 months for child abuse related to the death of RG, and her sentence was completed in 2003. Pesqueira questions, where is the justice for Rachel Gray? Reporting live from the South Side, Lupita Murillo, News 4 Tucson.